All right, everybody, good morning. So let's go ahead and get into everything here and see what we can do for today. So far, already starting the day green with the trade we had this morning early on. And pretty nice way to start the day. That was on WENA. Played that last week as well, but it gave another awesome opportunity this morning as well. And we played it pretty well this morning. So, have some cushion on the table to help me throughout the rest of the day today, which gives me a little bit more room to risk. And hopefully you guys were able to catch that too. I know it was a little bit early, but it gave plenty of time for entry if you were up and trading at that time. So, yeah, very rarely do I trade at 6 o'clock in the morning, but sometimes an opportunity just comes along and you can't turn it down. So, kind of one of those mornings today where I came in and I just happened to see it and it just looked good and I took a trade on it and it was good. So, let me go ahead and get the stream up here and then we'll go ahead and go through the morning gappers. We do have quite a few this morning that I do want to look at. SNGX is going to be the leading gapper here currently, which is up 265% this morning. Now, at this point, it's a bit extended here in pre-market. I haven't traded it yet this morning. I haven't traded anything except for WENA this morning early in pre-market for that win. I do want to watch this today, though, and we're going to go over how we like it, if we like it. I know I want to keep an eye on it out of the bell. It's the leading gapper, so I do want to. I'm hoping that with this gapper in pre-market that it starts to clear up the kind of choppy price action we've seen the last few days. Yesterday, for example, my kind of fears came true. I said that I was kind of fearful of the open because things in the last week had been fading so much at the bell. Nothing was really holding up or following through. And yesterday at the open, we actually had that happen. We had most of our gappers fade. We had most of them give back their gains from pre-market. And so that pattern kind of stayed true yesterday, and that's why I'm hoping today that we can kind of break out of that. And stuff like this SNGX here is really going to help us do that. So I definitely want to be watching this one today out of the open. As far as range goes on it, it is kind of running out of upside, so that's my only concern. But you do have upside here to about 850, and then 850 to about 950. So I wouldn't be looking for anything like a 10 on it, but if you want to look for 850 to 950, you can definitely do that on SNGX. But that's really about all that I see here. So it'll definitely give opportunities after the open today to play this. You can either watch it off a significant pullback to VWAP, which I think would be an awesome entry point, or you can watch it simply for just scalps up into the, incentive areas up at like 850 and 950. So I like it either way, either off of VWAP later in the morning or to the upside out of the open, depending on how this does open up. I like it either way. But off of VWAP is great because you've also got to look at the daily here. And paired up on the daily, you've got this past high at $5, which 5 is also a major psychological level, which is also here in line with the 50-day moving average. So you have all of these pieces of confluence that kind of piece together here to make this an awesome setup, and that's why I do like it quite a bit off of VWAP. And I do want to make sure we are watching that one out of the bell pretty closely for dips, and that could give us a really, really nice opportunity today on SNGX. So definitely A+ setup there. You've got a lot working together for you, which makes it just that much better. So that's on SNGX. And let me know real quick before I go any further, a quick audio check. If you guys on Discord have got the sound, let me know real quick, please. Everybody in chat, just let me know. Because I know last week we had a lot of issues with sound. Okay, y'all have sound good. All right, SNGX off VWAP, that $5 level, or, well, you know what? I'm going to look at it off 5 for now. I don't really want to say or, because, it's too kind of discretionary. I'll look after the bell and we'll see where it's at. But for right now, I like it off VWAP for a pretty big pullback after the open for the move back up into, 650 and 7. I don't like it quite as much to the upside because our range is kind of lacking. You do have 850, which is okay. You've got about $1 of range, but you've got to also keep in mind, this was like a $2 stock yesterday. We're up at $7. So the range to 850 is only about $1 of range from current highs. It's really not a lot considering the size of the move so far. So I don't love the upside, but I do love it off pullbacks today off of VWAP. So we're going to be watching this one closely out of the bell. And I think it should give us some nice opportunities today for sure. And that's on SNGX, so definitely be watching that one, no doubt. Let's take a look here at PEGY, Peggy. Not really a fan of Peggy for the morning. For one, I don't like how it trades, but for two, again, going back to incentive, there's not much range here either, and I think it already tested its range. Tested 260 this morning, and yeah, that 260 is really what I would have considered to be its range today, and it already hit that. QURE, kind of weird. Made a move from, what, 490 to almost 6 and just gave it all back. This one's a little bit weird too. Not really any incentive there to the 200 on the daily. WENA gave back all of its gains this morning. We played this really, really well this morning early in pre-market. Like I said, I played it around 6 o'clock this morning and actually played it from the, 248, 250 area all the way to about $3 a share. So that was a really, really nice trade this morning. But that one also is done for the day. So right now we really like SNGX, and I think that's going to kind of steal the show today. It's going to soak most of the volume, I'm sure. But I really like that off pullbacks out of the open today. It looks really, really nice for a move back up into that kind of upper range from like 650 to 7. Aside from that, though, the gappers kind of suck this morning. The gappers aren't very good. So we've got the SNGX, and we've got some setups on the nightly watch list that we're about to go over. But as far as new gappers go, in top watch, it's got to be SNGX. Nothing else really looks too good. Quickly ramming through here to see what else we have moving. Anything that stands out to me, I will let you know. But right now, I don't see much. And I know it's going to take some time. We come back from the holiday. It's not just going to get hot straight from the get-go. It's going to take at least a week. It's going to take at least a week for people to get back into the swing of things. And, we'll have to work our way back up into that. Yesterday wasn't a bad day at all. We actually had a pretty nice green day yesterday. It turned out to be a pretty good one. We had 2 losses at the open, pretty small size losses, and then we started just, firing away after that. We had VRPX for a win. We had 2 wins on ZAPP. We had a win on ANVS. So I really fired away and ended up having a pretty good day. It started out kind of choppy yesterday. All right, so that's it for the gappers, just SNGX. And I hate to say it, but that's really all that I see for the gaps. Let's go ahead and look at the nightly list. We do have some setups there that I like, though. And let's see what we got. We had quite a few last night. First, we had PLTR. PLTR I wanted to watch for dips off of 2780 today if we could find buyers over the 28s, which I believe it did this morning, or at least tried to. We didn't quite, no. So I still need to see this pivot over the 28s this morning. So PLTR over 28s. All right, PLTR we got on the list. GLW, we're watching for a second day inside bar move on that one today over 4170, which it actually opened up fairly strong again today. Gap up in pre-market. But either way, I still want to watch this one today. It gapped up and tested yesterday's high of day here in pre. Keep an eye on this, though, out of the bell. Probably midday today. Might not even be till probably 10, maybe 11. Let's say GLW off of 4170. Kind of leaning more towards a 42, but my max line in the sand here is 4170. That is my absolute bottom dollar. ZAPP already hit targets this morning. I didn't play it because I would have had to be up at 4 a.m. I'm not waking up at 4 a.m. to trade this ZAPP. So I missed it this morning. I don't like it anymore for the day, most likely. Let me get it pulled up real quick and take a look and see. I don't believe that I like it anymore today. If you were up at 4 a.m., cool. You could have played this really, really well. It actually held this spot really nicely for like 40 minutes before it actually made its move. So if you were up, more power to you. You could have caught that awesome move, but unfortunately, I didn't play it this morning. I played WENA instead. I don't know that I really like it. The only way that I can really see watching this one today would really be... you'd have to keep an eye on it over 1150. I don't really see liking it anywhere below. Let me look at the daily here real quick. I guess you can watch it off a 10. Maybe a 1050. Yeah, you know what? I'll say if it can hold off 1050 today. It's not a bad look for a possible curl. Not a horrible look for a possible curl. I don't think we close back under 1050 today. So yeah, that's going to be my watch here on ZAPP. A little bit of different plan, but watch it off 1050 today out of the bell. Possible dip and rips out of the open on ZAPP. We've also got Koss again today. Koss I was watching yesterday, we never played, and it's actually still flushing hard here in pre-market again today, so I might not even like it again today. But it was one that I really wanted to watch because it was pulling back so nicely, you know. No real big high volume pullbacks on this, but just a nice look on the daily for a possible reversal here in the next few days, and yeah, it looks like it's not going to want to do that. It's holding off 9 here this morning in pre-market so far, and I might consider it if we start to find buyers over 9 at the bell. So I'm going to say for now, let's watch Koss off of 9, only if we find heavy buyers out of the open, though. So it needs to find buyers off 9 for me to like this. If it does not find buyers off of 9, I'm not going to look to play Koss today. Just let it sink at the bell, which it most likely will do. So I'm going to wait for a move off of 9 first, and then we can try to play it from there and get that move back up into the 11s. So I like that quite a bit. But as far as our gappers go, yeah, we didn't have much. I thought we had more than we did, but sure enough, they kind of all gave back their gains already. So for the open today, which is in 15 minutes, we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 setups to be watching, which is about the same as yesterday. Let me get these pulled up on my screens real quick, and make sure you do the same. Make sure to take the time to mark up your levels that we've gone over and pull these charts up so you're ready to go for the open. Top setup to watch today, though, is going to be SNGX off the flush at the open. And then, of course, we've got all these setups here from the nightly watch list as well. If you guys have any questions, let me know while I'm getting these pulled up. But these are the only things I'm watching. So as far as, if you're asking, what do you think of this stock, this stock, this stock? This is what I'm watching for right now. I haven't really seen anything else that I particularly liked. No other small caps that are up this morning do I like. All right, I've got everything pulled up ready to go on my end. Yeah, Zap is not a horrible look to take into the open today, so we'll definitely watch that one. Even if you could take it off like 11.50, it's not a bad look. Or 11.30 out of the bell. Watch for the flush on ZAPP. All right, let's get this posted. Then we can go ahead and sit back and wait for the bell. Okay. Let's see. Do I like ANVS for continuation? Not quite. Not quite. The reason why I don't like it for the most part is the way it traded yesterday was so poor. Liquidity was a massive issue. Spreads were ridiculous. It might make a move higher today, but it's not going to be one that I really want to trade. Just because yesterday we kept on trying to play it. I mean, we probably played it 4 times yesterday. And spreads were just horrible. I mean, it had like 30-cent spreads all day. And so it's just not really worth our troubles. Really, it's not. It was such a headache yesterday. Everything was easy except for ANVS yesterday. And I think we would have probably had a 100% win rate day if it wasn't for ANVS yesterday, just because the spreads were just so wonky. I mean, it would snipe you and then it would make a move. It would snipe you, then it would make a move. And it was too choppy. Everything else was a piece of cake yesterday, though. So I'm going to cut that out of the kind of equation today and just see what we can do. But yeah, no, primary watches are these 5 here. Not A+. That's right. That's right. That's the biggest thing a lot of y'all have to kind of come to get used to is just, if something's not perfect, you're not taking it. If it's not a perfect, amazing, everything doesn't line up, you're not trading that setup. There's no reason to. There's zero reason to force a setup that you don't love, that you don't, feel confident in. Obviously, the most common reasons for doing so is out of boredom or something, but again, you're not going to get anywhere doing that. So I think that's one of the biggest things you guys have to kind of teach yourself. It's really easy to settle for less whenever there's nothing else out there, but you can't do it. When there's nothing else out there, it's time to shut down. Just like I did on Friday. And Wednesday early, we shut down too. So we've got about 12 minutes, guys. And again, top watch for us is ZAPP and SNGX. But make sure you do have everything on the list taken up on your screens here. There should be 5 that you've at least marked up so that whenever I do call out these tickers today, that you'll have the chance to pull them up and you'll already know kind of what levels we're watching and all that. And as far as keeping up and anybody that's new, I know we had quite a few new people join yesterday as well. I think there might have been 12 or 13 of y'all. And a couple this morning. So make sure if you are new and you've never traded with us before, make sure to go through the Start Here channels. You'll see it up on the top left of your screen. It says read before starting. It says broker setup and all that. So make sure to go through that first. Otherwise, you're probably not going to see much success here because you're not really going to know what's going on. And I don't want you to be lost. So make sure you do that first. Do not try to jump the gun because it's not going to end well. So make sure to kind of follow the right steps. And tonight we do have boot camp as well. We're going to be going over how to screen for stocks every night. And that is going to be the lesson tonight for about an hour and a half. So make sure if you are in that boot camp to be there at 8 o'clock tonight. All right, last 10 minutes. We are prepared for the open. It's just a matter of waiting now. But again, make sure, this is your warning, make sure you have taken the time to go through this list I've got here, the 5 tickers here on the list. Mark them all up. You're ready for the bell. All right, you guys on Twitter, TikTok, and YouTube, I'm shutting down those streams now to get ready for the bell. We only have about 10 minutes left. Only one trade this morning in pre-market for a win on WENA so far this morning, but I have gone through all of my setups for you guys for free this morning, as always. So if you want to watch me trade live this morning, make sure to check us out, and I'll see you guys there. Peace, guys.